in the studio that when you score a goal in the 84th minute and you're conceding, then that's a problem with character. They need to understand how to stay focused, lock down games of that magnitude, and when you get a late goal, they're not scoring you.
Yeah, the fact that they didn't concede against Cote d'Ivoire,
it's a problem.
It's a reflection that maybe Coach Sandolise had corrected some of the flaws. It happens to any team. When you score a goal, that celebration mood affects the concentration.
That's right.
So a very decent side will always want to remain tight, want to concentrate. That's why you see the coach sometimes when they score a goal, the coach will tell them to go back and maintain concentration. A good team will always capitalize on that, and that is the reason why we play friendly games. And I think they have learned that lesson.
That's right.
When you score, you need to also look for insurance goal that like they say to help you win the game.
That's right.
When you lose focus, you lose concentration, then you are going to concede. And when you concede, you put your team under tremendous pressure, and you could lose the game.
That's right. I totally agree, because that was a nervy one for them. Let's go to the midfield, Toby Adepoju. We've not heard much about these guys, but they're fantastic players. What do you think Osas Okoro and Ezekiel Bassey can bring to this team?
Yeah, really, these are quick midfielders. Very very fast. They can be harmful to any team. Osas Okoro plays for Rangers. Ezekiel Bassey was great with the Imba International in the past season. And I think these are two great guys. I think they will add a lot into this team. And also at the middle of the park, also we've got Podolobi. If I to score 2 goals in the 3 friendly games we play. Ibenugbe experience, midfielder. Also there's Salahu from shooting stars. I think we've got decent player. We've got quality at the middle of the park, and I think our strength will really come from the midfield. And I think that will be a great advantage for the team. I don't think we've got any issue from the midfielders. All I need for them is really picked up in the championship, because sometimes you picked up during the pre-tournament, you get to the tournament and you find it difficult to hit the top 4. If these guys at the middle of the park, I mean Paulo Nobe, Matthew, or Osas Okoro, Ezekiel Bassey can hit top 4, I think it's going to be a very good advantage for us when we get to the tournament proper.
I agree. Before we go on the break, what are your expectations? I mean, looking at our group and the competition starting on the 16th, is it one that we can just easily get out of it, and then from there we start looking forward?
Well, no tournament, from what we have seen in recent times, no tournament is easy. You have Niger Republic, Guinea, and Tunisia. On paper, you might look at Niger Republic and want to assess them from the strength of their league. But some of these countries, what they have done is that the main national team have a lot of players from the home league.
That's right.
And they are very strong. That's the strength of the Angolan team. That's going to be strength of Niger Republic.
Even Tunisia. Most of their players play home.
So we are really going to be on top of our game to grind out victories in the group. And if I'm able to get a victory on Monday against the Niger Republic, then that can help us consolidate in the remaining group games.
I think you have a different point.
Yeah, I think I want to agree with him. We need to take the game as they come. I mean, against Niger, 3 points, Guinea hopefully, and then Tunisia will move up from the group stage, and we'll see what we can do in the knockout stages. But I mean, I think this team can get to finish as one of the top 4 teams. I mean, get to the semi-final stages, but my hope is not just too high. But I have this feeling they will do well. But I really want to put my hopes high, and then they might offer me something different. but I think we've got quality in this team. Just like I said, the key thing is for these guys to hit top 4 when they get to the tournament proper. I think it's a team that can finish at the top 4. It might not be a trophy. We might not get to win a trophy, which I think we should win. But getting to the semi-final is going to be a good bet. I beg your pardon, it's going to be a good deal for the boys and also for Sunday Oluse. Really, I'm really particular about getting more points for the FIFA rankings, especially going to the FIFA World Cup qualifiers later in the year.
Every follower of domestic football that followed last season that saw the quality in the league is over-optimistic that this team can go to Rwanda and do well. And that's what we're waiting for. But then when you now sit back, I even realize how much confidence we threw at the national under-20 team. And then they went to New Zealand.
And really, just like Onye said, the advantage for most of this, the majority of the team coming to this one, like Niger. Remember we played Niger, a few weeks back in the friendly game. Majority of those players play in the Nigerian league. Also Tunisia league. Majority of players play, their home-based players. Even those that play in the main national
Even look at the countries that have won the CHAN.
The CHAN tournament, Libya and the rest. So it is a very big advantage for those teams against us that we just have 1 or 2, 3, home-based players in the main team. But I think they've had enough days to prepare. They've got 3 games on their bet. Play also friendly games in Nigeria. Also, when you come for close to 30 days, can't be beat in Nigeria, can't be beat in South Africa. You should replicate that and also, give us a good performance when the tournament kicks off.
That's what it is. What else can I say? What else can I say? With these guys, they will break down, dissect local football in Nigeria. That's what we've just done with the 2016 African Nations Championship. Nigeria getting ready for that competition. The Super Eagles are in Pretoria, played a friendly game with Cote d'Ivoire today. Fine Matthew stepped up for the team, scored just one goal, and then it was enough for Nigeria to win it. Let's go on a break. When we come back, Confederation of African Football Secretary General Amrani was in Nigeria for the CAF Awards. He's saying a lot of things about league football development, club licensing, and so much more. You know what? We'll listen to him, and I'll come back. We'll dissect whatever he got there to say. Don't go anywhere. Stay.
That we are not also competing against each other, but we can be mutually benefiting from both. Myself being a fan, I'm following my favorite team in Morocco while following Italian and English football, for example. So we have to sell both because African football or African leagues have a different identity. They are more linked to their own national or regional or local communities. And this is why we're working very hard when we develop our interclubs competitions, the Champions League, the Confederation Cup, the local championships like the Shan, the African Nations Championship. And there are leagues that are doing well, whether in Nigeria, South Africa, Algeria, Morocco, and so on. There is a product that is being developed. And the key thing for a product at the beginning is to have broadcasting, is to have the possibility to secure a TV partner that in turn can attract different companies to come into the mix. So there are already, clubs are paying a compensation for the clubs that are forming or that are developing young players as per the FIFA rules. There's a percentage given in terms of kind of payback for percentage of the value of players that have been taken by clubs. Then it's a matter of market freedom and movement. If a player is taken by a club and so on and so forth, it's always the choice of different players to go to an area where they can have better income, better facilities, better environment. So it's not only a football matter. It's a matter of social and economic development. It's up to Africa to develop further the sporting infrastructure, the development, the football itself, and that's why we have engaged in the last few years with an extremely important development program called the club licensing, which is hugely important. And it's a long-term program that will yield results maybe in 10 or 15 years. But that is about governance, it's about clubs, it's about development of criteria that do not touch only clubs. It's about financial transparency, having an administration, having legal people, financial people, having the authorities to support developing infrastructures and so on. And this is critical because that's what we call professionalization of football. And that takes time because we know on the continent that 95% of the venues are owned by local authorities or governments, so clubs do not master that. But today we're going to start excluding clubs that do not fulfill the minimum basic criteria, and to put criteria in a continent like Africa can be challenging because you have 54 different member associations with different realities, so it's the lowest common denominator. But this program of development is extremely important because it also focuses on grassroots, youth teams, and the 15 and the 17, women's football. And this is where we are putting a lot of effort.
So that's it, CAF Secretary General Amrani. I'm breaking down African club football right there. Said a whole lot. I want you to react to all what you've heard him say on Twitter. We're channels_sports, and on Facebook, we're channels sports. Only I'll come to you. He said a lot, but I'm particular about having proper structure for club football.
Well, the man knows the terrain very well. As Secretary General of Confederation of African Football,